What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nacho Wrestling, and in today's video I figured what time better than the present, better than the current weekend it is happening, than to take a look back at the history of SummerSlam, all of its logos, and rank them from worst to best. From the original SummerSlam typeface orange font from back in the 80s, to the green and blue font that we're all fond of from the mid-2000s, to the big star logo, and to whatever the fuck they're doing now with just color coordinating to the city. We are going to take a look at every single logo and rank them from worst to best. So with that out of the way, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell, and share this video with your friends. And if this is your first time watching a Nacho Wrestling video, then why don't you consider hitting the subscribe button? I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers, and your help would be greatly appreciated. With that out of the way, let's move on to ranking every SummerSlam logo. As you can see here, we have every single SummerSlam logo, from the original one back in the 80s to the one that we are seeing currently this weekend as I'm recording this video on August 3rd. But we have every single one of them, even some of the repeats. We're going to take a look at all of them, obviously from like the mid-2000s and everything like that. Those are probably going to be ranked all together, just because that's a much simpler way to do it. So with that out of the way, let's get started taking a look at the original logo. I love this. I think it looks good. They have some retro merch this year with this logo, specifically like with the waves and the sun. Perfect for summer vibes. I mean, if you're trying to encapsulate Party of the Summer, which wasn't the tagline for SummerSlam yet, this is really good. This is really good. Simple typeface too, you know, emulated a lot later on, called back maybe even a little bit like here and there, but yeah, really good logo, really fun, really vibrant. It has to be for the 80s. I'd put the OG in S tier. That might be a hot take, I don't know. Secondary logo. So this comes, I don't think immediately after. I want to say they rocked the SummerSlam. This one right here in S tier. I want to say, you can't see my cursor because I have it hidden, but I want to say the S tier SummerSlam OG. I want to say that was around for like 2 years before they switched to this one, like the 90s, early 90s. And this one's not bad. I don't like the like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm not a huge fan of it. Comparatively speaking to the first one, this one doesn't really hold up that well. It seems a little small. You know, if this is supposed to be WWE's second biggest show ever, this logo just, you know, doesn't really encapsulate that to me. It has a lot of the same, you know, feelings of the S tier one, but there's no gradient on the letters, so it doesn't look like a sunset. Just very basic. I'd probably put it in top of B, bottom of A. We might shuffle around at the end, I don't know. So this is the same logo, but no sort of double outline situation going on, and I actually quite like it a little bit more. Something about the S being like a little bigger, and maybe it's just the proportions of the actual logo, but I quite like this one. I don't know what everyone else would say about this one, but I like it. I'd still put it in B tier, but above the one I just ranked. Next up, this is from the Attitude Era. This is SummerSlam, The Highway to Hell was the tagline for this one. I hate this one. Does not give SummerSlam vibes, does not give Party to the Summer. I get it's grunge, it's aesthetic to what the 90s and Attitude Era was. SummerSlam is like the one thing that just stay a little vibrant, with a little pop of color. And I mean, they tried with like the orange to black gradient, but in the typeface for SummerSlam, you can see it here on the second one, which we'll talk about. It's just the same logo, just without the SS, which, you know, probably a good thing they got rid of that. So yeah, I'd put this one at a solid D tier. Not a fan. Not a fan. The typeface, though, I am a fan of. I don't hate it. I like the sort of sort of resembles the Scratch logo a little bit in a way, with like its jagged edges. At least from where I'm seeing it, it looks like jagged edges. It still, though, doesn't really feel like party of the summer. Doesn't really feel like summertime vibes, you know, beach weather and all that shit. So I'd probably put this one in C tier. Okay, here we go. This is the only one I'm going to rank separately because technically the way the pictures look, the colors are different. This is the, I guess, original version of the SummerSlam mid-aughts logo, as we all know it. Cool big S, then with the long typeface as its secondary logo for like the aprons and stuff. I mean, this is probably, these are all S tier. I mean, I would only put this one in A. I don't like the yellow. But everything else, every iteration of this logo is so gas. All the freaking stages, everything about this logo just gives me SummerSlam. Makes me feel SummerSlam. I think of the palm trees. I think of the sand on the stage. Very Bash at the Beach vibes. Love this logo. This is not the logo I grew up with. I didn't get into wrestling till roughly around they switched it to the next logo we're looking at. So I'm a little more fond to the star versions. Primarily the first three that we're going to look at. But, yeah. It's just something about this logo. If they ever go to like Seattle for SummerSlam, fucking money right here. You bring back this logo, like zhuzh it up, rejuvenate it for the modern era, and you got yourself a fucking $1 million, probably $1 billion idea right there. Next up, we have the star logos. So a little different for these because they're all kind of different. Like you could see, like they switch shades of blue after 2 years on like the orange and blue, like the Knicks colored ones, as I'm going to call them. But the first one, the CM Punk looking one, I'm putting it up in the top of A. It gives Slim Jim a little bit, which fine, you know. WWE's like always had a partnership with Slim Jim, but it's good. It's not great. I think this could be a hot take, but I think it's improved with the removal of the circle and it just being the star in like 2011, 2012, whenever this is. These two logos right here, these two like yellow and blue, chef's kiss. Another great feeling. Similar to the, I know it's, you know, I know I just said, you know, don't spit roast me, pause, on this one. But I know I said the yellow and blue I'm not a fan of on that original logo in A tier. But when you take a look at the yellow and blue of the more modern looking ones, with the Scratch logo, something about the neon yellow and like the more powder blue-esque like outline for the star and everything looks nice. This original yellow here for this SummerSlam logo, the second one in A tier, just looks kind of like piss. I don't like that. Oh, hey, look, it's Pete. Pete, say hi. I still can't do that. All right, so these four logos I'm going to lump together, and I'm going to try and be super unbiased here. Or biased, I don't know. Because I don't associate these SummerSlams with good memories. With the exception of like John Cena versus AJ Styles at SummerSlam, which I want to say it was this one right here that I just accidentally put in C tier. They're so middle of the road. Making the star more angular and less like rounded off, I think just kind of meh. Like sharper edges isn't always the answer. Not changing up the color scheme like for 4 years straight was a fucking obnoxious choice in my head. I get that they went from like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the green and blue. It's just they also had it like in Brooklyn almost every year. It was like, fuck, do it somewhere else, please. So it's hard to enjoy that one, but you know, B tier, middle of the road, I feel like is pretty fair. Okay, I don't think this is controversial at all. This is the first time SummerSlam felt fucking fun again. SummerSlam in Nashville, I think it was Nashville. Yeah, it was where the Titans play. SummerSlam in Nashville, Tennessee, home of fucking country music or whatever, yeehaw. Great logo. You know, all the stuff surrounding it. The you know, all the rock stuff, all the like country music stuff, all the just feeling like summer again. I believe this was the SummerSlam that was kind of indirectly taken over by Triple H. You know, so it was half done by Vince, half done by Hunter. So good way to go out graphics wise, Vince. Okay, so these last three I want to rank separately, but they're the same fucking logo, just color scheme and like accoutrement are different. Like the Detroit one has car stuff to resemble, you know, Motor City. Shout out. I don't know. I can't really rank these together, but I can't rank them separately. Fuck it. I'm going to rank them separately. Okay, SummerSlam Detroit. I like the flames on the end of the S's. Now, if this was it, and then they switched it for Cleveland and New Jersey, this would probably be S tier. But since they reused the same assets like twice or 3 times over, yes, Pete. Yes, how do you feel about this one, sir? Yes. So Pete says I should rank SummerSlam Detroit at least in A tier just for the fact that they did try with this one. However, I cannot say the same thing about the Cleveland one. It takes out all the fun stuff of the Detroit one and even the New Jersey one to an extent and just makes it look like a Cleveland Browns, you know, crossover. C tier. And then SummerSlam New Jersey. They got the they don't even have the New Jersey skyline. They have the fucking New York skyline. That's how bunk New Jersey is. So yeah. D tier? No. Top of C tier because you tried. You didn't do what you did with Cleveland last year. You actually put a little effort in. So I feel pretty good about this. I'm not going to change my rankings at all. Yeah. That is it for today's video. Let me know what you guys thought about my rankings down below. Do you agree with them, or do you think that one SummerSlam logo is actually better than the other? Do I have any hot takes in this video? Let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay up to date on all things Nacho Wrestling. And if this is your first time watching a Nacho Wrestling video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers, and your help would be greatly appreciated. With that out of the way, I will see you guys next time.